Oh, good afternoon. Well, what a busy morning we've had here. Goodness me. From the very first moment setting out the door this morning, we got all the way to the office and John had forgotten his keys. So we had to go all the way back and all the way. It took me an hour and a half to get to the office. So that's sort of been my day so far. So I think it's really nice that I can perhaps just get to sit down for an hour and just chill out with everybody. So how's everybody else's day going so far? Hopefully you've not forgotten your keys or indeed you've not gone to work in your slippers. I've seen somebody do that before, but I'm sure that's a story for another day. So, afternoon everybody, tile 48 on the 13th of July, and yes, it's Monday, not Friday. So, where we're going to start today? Well, it really doesn't matter what colour tile you use. I'm going to stick with a cream one just for today. I think maybe I'll do a coloured one on Wednesday and do something a little bit different there. But I think for today, let's just sort of kick us back off in a nice, easy, gentle Monday afternoon. So hopefully you've got your name, date and tile number. And here we go then, on to the front. What do I have with me? Okay, I have my micron pen, I have my tortillon and my pencil. I'm going to sort of work with just those. I might bring in my white pencil a little bit later on, but there's no big panic for you to go and run and fetch it. I'm not going to put any colour in this today either. I'm just going to stick with the basics. So here we go then. Are we ready? Okay. I'm going to start with my pencil, just as a little bit of a guide, and I'm just going to turn it to an angle, and I want to sort of mark in the centre a little bit. So I'm just going to give myself a very, very faint line, working my way down. There we go. So I've got a bit of a cross. Now if I go a little bit like, you see a really, really fine cross there. Okay. So I just, from there, I didn't draw the whole line, I've just drawn a little bit, just so we can see where we are. Oh, if it's Scotland, yeah, cloudy, it's cloudy here too. It's a bit, I don't know, you put a jacket on, you're too warm, you take it off, you're too cold. Oh, it's British weather, isn't it? Yes, Nadia, Monday again. Okay, so in with my pen this time. So I'll go back in so you can see what I'm sort of working from here. So I'm going to aim for a square-ish shape. So I'm going to sort of use that centre cross section as a bit of a guide. It's only a guide, so if it's not perfect, please don't worry about it. And I'm going to put a square-ish shape. Okay. Now if you do yours the other way, it doesn't matter. It's just nice that we're sort of all sort of similar to sort of start with, and then it goes off from there, but that's fine. Okay, so let's aura around that. Now I want a nice fine aura, so let's just draw that line. I'm going to turn it round, and that one, turning it round, and that one, and turn it round again. Okay, I think on each edge I'm just going to join them, so it's like a bit of a mitered corner there. Oh, hello there everybody. Hi Libby, Rhiannon. Oh, like that, tangle buddies. Okay. Alright then, so in that sort of, we've got that little cross in the centre, let's just sort of define it with a bubble there. I'm really going to go for it. There we go. All right. Let's go a little bit larger then. Oh, Bernadette, I bet that was really nice, wasn't it? Gosh, 5 sisters. It's a long time, isn't it, when you not seeing somebody that. I'm ever so glad you've managed to do that. It's lovely. Okay, I'm going to sort of stick with a line from there now to there. Okay. Let's turn it round. And same again. And around. Oh, hey Karen, it's nice to Is it nice to see you? I can visualise you. It's nice that you're with us, and everybody else too. We've got Glenys, Janet, Carol. Hi. Okay, so I've got a little bit larger here now, and it doesn't matter which side you do this on. I think again this is a left-handed thing that I'm doing on the left-hand side, and I'm just going to add a little sort of curve at the bottom of that line. Last one, February. Gosh, yeah. Actually, it's probably the last time I saw my son. February, early February. Okay, you see it. Don't worry if it's not the same exactly. It's just focus on the one you've got there. I'm just putting that little curve on. Okay. All right. Oh, see now. Oh, now we're getting, look, the Lincoln tanglers. Yeah. Oh, actually, that's quite a good thing, Tina. I hope you don't mind me saying. Tina wanted to know what the best ink was for inking onto one of the tangle boards, and I must admit I've not actually inked onto one of mine because I've drawn on it. But if you have inked on it and you've got a particular ink pad that you think's worked really well, could you let us know? It's always nice if somebody's tried it that we can get it right first time. But that'd be lovely. All right, so we're all done this section. So I'm going to split that space up again. One there, look, and then one there. Oh, they're North Wales tanglers. That'd be interesting to know. I know we have Scotland, America at times. Lincoln, of course. Doncaster. Well, I don't know. Are we saying that Belton is Lincolnshire, isn't it? So I'm actually in Lincolnshire at the minute. And again, look, I'm just adding that little curve. I'm working on the same side each time. Just adding that little curve and filling it in. And then this one. I see over the weekend some of us have been making Christmas cards and things with those wreaths. They're looking fabulous. All right, so then I could split it up once more, but I'm actually going to get 2 lines in each space now. And it doesn't matter if they're not all perfectly spaced out. It's just that we've broke it up as best we can. And now let's go in and fill in those extra spaces, you see? And in there. And in that one. Oh, do you know, it'd be nice, wouldn't it, for people, if you are in a similar area, to meet up at some point, compare notes, and maybe tangle over a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Wouldn't that be lovely? It's something else that's come out of the lockdown and doing these tiles, as you actually meet people that you perhaps never would have even known. Or we're all secret tanglers. And one of my neighbours actually shocked me the other day. We sort of had a chat, and he said that he was quite into the sewing bee, and he was like a bit addicted to it on the TV. And I was like, "My word, didn't know that." He's like, "Yeah, loved it." I would never have imagined, It's great, isn't it? Okay, so you see here that I'm just adding that little curved line on all of those lines that I've done, just on one side. There we go. And there we are, just working my way around, just filling it in. There we go. All right. Yeah, or do you know what? Yeah, it's when I'm packing. I get quite a few little paper cuts and all sorts of things. But it's all right. Just south of... Oh, I know Newton. Yes, I used to live in Tipshelf. I know, I used to have saxophone lessons in Newton. Okay, so this is where we've got, it's almost looking slightly three-dimensional at the moment, isn't it? Imagine putting the shadows here, and then we're going to go in and put some shadows sort of part way up in a little while, but not just yet. We've got things to do first. Okay, so I'm going to go around my little shape now. I'm just going to put some of those lovely little bubbles all close together, just around the edge. Looks a bit jewel-like now, doesn't it? On one side. I know, Shirley. There we are. And just follow it round. Turn it round. And repeat. So just again, following that line. Just making it round. And turning it again. Oh, Sue, that's good news. I've got, Hermes is due today. I've got 330 odd parcels going out today, so there's some to the States. Okay, so that's our first sort of section done. We're going to sort of move on from there now. Speed bubbles, yeah. Am I going a bit quick? Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna sort of start with these corner points, and I'm gonna add a line. I'm not gonna go right up to the edge there. Oh, more in hints for Sunday. Oh, I'm quite excited for Sunday actually, because I've been wanting to bring something for a long time, and it's been really difficult, you know, getting hold of people and suppliers and things. But yeah, there's some new stencils. Of course, something a bit different, but I did mention colour as well, didn't I? Oh, I know, Kathy, yeah, there's a few, I've still got some more to do yet, so that's hopefully, they are all going out tomorrow, so I'm going to be quite a busy lady for some time after this after this session. And then, of course, I've got packaging done, but I'm still working on the packaging for the new products, just to sort of finalise it. So just checking spelling and colour and things. So I'll get that done as well. Sleep's overrated. Okay, so let's have a look at one of these lines then. All right, so I'm going to start with, I'm going to put a bubble there. There we go, fill it in. And then a little bit smaller and smaller. And then the bottom here, I'm going to add a swirl. All right. Okay, so if I turn the tile, I'm just going to do it this way so you can see it. I'm going to do the same again. Let's go in with a bubble, and then a smaller one, and a smaller one. And then on the end, let's put in a swirl. Oh, Margarita, yes it is, I think it is. Do forgive me if I can't remember, because obviously I did go through them all, because I signed them all. So, yeah. It is, yes, because we checked your address, didn't we? That's right. Oh, Elaine. All right, and in there. Right, I must admit, you know, yesterday I was watching Creating Craft whilst I was doing some artwork, and even I pressed the button yesterday and made a purchase. Oh, I know. So I'm looking forward to that arriving. Hey. All right, so far. So let's sort of turn it this way now, and I'm going to put a wavy line in. This I started quite long, and then I got thinner, and then I'm going to turn it round. So let's go. And sort of wave and then getting narrower, you see? And same again. And turning it round. Same again. Okay. So I'm going to add a little dot on the top there, and I'm just going to come back down sort of to give it 2 rows. And same again. And turning it round. And again. You see, I'm not trying to sort of repeat it or aura in any way. This one, I'm looking for a different line. It's almost like 2 sort of knotting together, sort of like 2 cables. All right. And just to sort of finish the end, let's have a little bobble. Let's go a little bit larger. And then I'm just going to add a little line and then a couple of lines either side. So it's a little bit like a tassel. Oh, look, bless it. Same again this way. So a little bobble look, and then line, and then a couple either side. Line and a couple either side. Okay. And again. A little bobble, line, a couple either side. There we go. Right, I've got one more of those. Turning it round. A little bobble. Middle either side. Okay. Oh, Helen. Oh. Yeah. That stuff doesn't mix and match though. It goes with other bits and pieces. I'm really wanted to put some time aside to do a memory book, you know, botanic dies, and actually tangle all within that the memory book. That would look awesome. I don't know if anybody has done that already. Well, that would look pretty cool. Okay, so let's have a look now where we're sort of at here. And I'm going to put a line in here, but I'm going to start with a line. So I'm sort of in the middle there. Let's go a little bit larger, you see? And then I'm going to put a little dot, and I'm going to add a little bit of a letter S in. You see how it's come back on itself to create a little bit of a line, and then another dot. Now, if you didn't want to do an S, if you wanted to put your own initial in there, you could do that. So, and you watch this again. I put a little dot, and then I drew the letter S, and then I came back on myself, and a little bit of a wobbly, and then a dot. But you know, an S works pretty well on this. You know, you could get any letter in there if you wanted to. So same again, up and down. Okay. Do you, Victoria? Yeah, I think I did as well. But I've got a few in. I might, you know, make a start on that and see what it looks like. Time for giving, of course. All right, so you see there that I've now got a few of these hanging off. Okay. So let's put one this side now. So this time I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put a little line. Let's go a little bit larger so you can see it. And I'm going to add in sort of a rectangular shape. And then let's add a couple little stripes in there. And then another line. And then let's do a slightly smaller rectangle. And add a little line in. And then another line. And just a square on the end. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to follow that round. Now, I'm being quite systematic here and I'm filling in, but if you want to mix them up a little bit, and you don't have to put them in the same place, or if you wanted to do a different shape. I'm sort of working my way through just to give you an idea of what you could do. These are sort of, they're not tangles as such, they're more dangles, and it's a really, really nice way of adding extra sections and bits and pieces, you know, hanging off borders and things like that. That sounds like Mr. Hermes has arrived. Okay. Certainly does. There we are. So again, look, slightly longer one. Let's add in a bit there, and a bit there. Oh, so yeah, Hermes. Yeah, that's the courier for the parcels. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and I'm going to split my space again here, and this time I'm going to add some triangles. Now you can do them any way you like. You can do one or two, you can mix and match. Let's have a little dot on the end. Oh, sorry. But we can't we can't see when he comes because I'm at the other end of the unit, so there you go. Okay. See, so this time, as I'm working my way around again, let's go into here, but this time let's do something a little bit wider and narrow, you see, even tiny one, look. So you don't have to do the same, you can mix it up a little bit. I'll put that one on the end, so I've still got triangles, but I've just changed it slightly. And this one. So this time I'm going to have just a single one, I think, and then a single. You see, so there's no set rules of what you can or can't do. And it's just about having a bit of fun, and I think this, as much as you want it to be exactly the same on all sides and symmetrical or whatever, sometimes you've got to break out of that and just think, well, now I'm going to do something totally different. So there, look, my triangle patterns are all totally different. So that's quite nice. So let's go into this next one here. So let's add in a bit of a swirl, and then a bubble. And then I'll have my swirl starting slightly inside it, so it looks like it's running through. And then a larger bubble on the top there. Alright. And let's go around to this one. So I had a bit of a swirl, then a bubble. Then my swirl line came out of my bubble. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about the doorbell. I know we should all be relaxing and chilling, and then all of a sudden that happens. Well, at least I haven't got to stop. I've got somebody in there that can sort that out for me, so thank you very much. Okay, John's outside building a shed. Alright. And let's have another one here. So wobbly line. Bubble in there. Wobbly line. And a larger bubble. It's building quite nicely, isn't it? Oh no, Sue. You have to swap pens. Yeah. Okay, let's do the next one. So this time I'm going to do 2 lines. 1, 2. See? Let's go a little bit larger so you can see it. And then let's join that with a little square. And then go to 1 and a little square. An even smaller one. I quite like my little wobble on the end, just admit. So with this here, let's add in some little curvy lines. Alright, so turning it round. I'm going to add that one here. If you wanted to, you don't have to keep going around, you could just fill in one line and then the other. I just think this, it just helps with the uniformity just for now, so we can get as many in as we can. No, Kathy. Yeah, this is we've got stuff in the in the new place that's not ours, and we can't get rid of it. So we need somewhere to store it so we can bring in our own tables and things. So we're building a shed to put those in. Alright, and then let's have one. I'll put one here. There you go. So imagine doing this with different colour pens. Or even, the black and white would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Or, getting a gel pen in there. Nice. There we go. Adding those little curves. Let's have a look so far. Alright, so looking here, I've got probably one more gap where I can put something in, and I want to show you a couple of other little bits we can do with it. So here we go. I'm going to do a straight line, and then I'm going to do a wobbly line around it. And then I'm going to put a little heart on the end. See, one side, two sides. Okay. Oh, Julie, you always have to bring in cooking. We can't try it. There we go. Right. Okay. So I'm going to go and put it in this one here. So I'm going to straightest line. And then let's do a wobble, and then see how I quite like these elongated hearts in this sort of particular way of doing it. Here we go, and then in we go with that one. All right, so far, okay. Still plenty to do here. So let's go a little bit larger. So what I want to do now is I'm going to work in between these sections, and I could go in, we could go in and put one in the middle there. So let's just put in a straight line, and let's add one of those little swirls on the bottom. There we go. Okay, now what you can do when they start getting close together is you can then cuff them together. You see? And I'm just going to fill either side out, leaving a little bit of a stripe in the middle. Okay, and let's add one in here. Right. On purpose, I don't have them all the same size. It's nice to keep them different. I'm going to put a little square on the end of that. And then let's cuff it through there and over to this one. I'm just going to do a thin line there. And I'm going to fill that in. It looks like it's going over. And then I can have another little one coming off there. And another one coming off there. Let's put two little dots on there. Okay. So let's go into this next one. Again, I'm going to have quite a long line there, and I'm going to put a triangle on the end. And I'm just going to add a couple of little dots there. And let's add a wavy line between that one and that one. You see, just because we start with a straight line doesn't mean you have to keep it like that. A little heart on the end there, and I'm going to cuff that one to that one. Let's see. So let's just have a look at that compared to the others. You see now it's starting to, it's not just a load of lines coming off now, it's starting to sort of gather a little bit of depth and intricacy, isn't it? That's what we want, a little bit of mood developing there. So again, I'm going to put a little square on the end there, and I'm going to cuff that one to that one. Now you can have really long cuffs if you want to. There we go, see? And then let's fill that with some bubbles. Okay. Again, it starts to sort of make it grow a little bit, doesn't it? Let's have one here. And I'm going to go with another heart, so it's going to go underneath there. There we go. And that's some little bubbles. And let's join that one to that one. And then that can join to that. And then here. And then let's have another coming off there. Let's put a little square on the end. You know, I'm keeping it to sort of symmetrical type shapes. So it's not a case that you've got to do exactly what I'm doing. You can play around with this, and you can add your own little designs in there. So just keeping it to the basics, but you can change it to whatever you want to do. There we are. Let's have one there. Look. There we are. So let's have a look at that again towards the others now. You see how that's starting to really build there, isn't it? So let's sort of continue around with this idea. Let's add one here and there. So you can mix and match, and you can do other things on the line. You don't have to just join them. Now let's put a cross in there. Okay, and then let's have another one. I'm going to put that lovely little swirl on the end and join that to there. And then let's join it again here and add another one in there. And let's go with a square. Okay. This is it's lovely to do because you don't really know where it's going. Remember that little S? I'm going to put that back in there, look. And I'm going to join it to there. Just with a single. Okay. Let's have one here. Let's have a little triangle on the end, and then I'm going to go with a bobble. Well, you can start, mixing and matching and adding your own thing to it. There we go. Add a little one there, and over there. And add another line in. It's quite interesting to see, what kind of shapes you can get in there, and what kind of things you can start to build it up to. So let's go with another one of those. Put some bubbles just down that side. Down that side, leave a little bit of a gap. Okay, and one in here. And I do quite like that little swirl at the bottom. Let's add another. And let's join that one to there, and that one to there. There we are. See how it starts to sort of work. Let's have a look at that so far. All that detail. Imagine all that in sort of a row across the top of a journal page. And sometimes, if you've got a gap in something, you think, I don't really know what to put there. It's quite nice to have something like this in your little kit, to think, I can add that in. And it's not just, as I say, a load of lines. You can build it up and do lots of different things with it. Yeah. Look up there. So into the next one. There we go. what do you think? A moon shape? I could put a moon shape in. Just because you asked nicely. There we are. So let's go in here then, look. There we are. And let's add in a lovely little moon shape. There you go. So let's, of course, we could always add in a little star above it. There you go. Oh, it does a little bit, yeah. More fireworks kind of thing, isn't it? Let's just add that one there, join that there. I'm going to put that cross in. Okay. Now, of course, I'm focusing on straight-ish lines here. Of course, you don't have to. You can use your wavy lines as well if you want to. Don't think you've got to continue and do exactly what I'm doing here. So I might put now a star at the bottom of there, see? There you go. And then join that one to there. Put little dots. Okay. And another. Now, of course, this is so very different to all the other tiles that we've done. Did you? Oh. So yeah, you could get zingers in there. I'm focusing just at the minute on getting these shapes in. Let's add a stripe there, a bobble on the bottom. Let's join that one there. I'm going to join it up there too. Okay. It's amazing that just when you think these are just simple shapes, there was nothing tricky about drawing these, but when you put them all together in one piece, it starts to look quite detailed, yeah, but interesting. It's become something more than just a series of simple lines. I think that's what makes it so special. It's your version, isn't it? And it's what you want to put on there is what's making it different. So I might even add a little tassel on the bottom of that one. And then join it to there. Just add in some little lines. You see how it starts to develop? Yeah, let's put that square in there. And then just put a little stripe in. Get smaller. And smaller. And let's join that over to there. Just a little one. Okay. Oh, Sally, yeah, we've been just working our way around, building it up, just adding more and more in each time. I'm going to add another little moon in there now, look, there we go. And some little dots there, getting smaller. Let's join that one and that one. Let's have another one coming out of there. See, sometimes you find if you're getting a little bit chock-a-block in the top section there, you can put the two lines in, join them, and then add another. That just fills it out at the bottom there. Let's have some little shapes on those. There's a stripe down there. And do with another. And this uneven sort of edge just make it look unplanned, and we don't want it to look like we've planned every little bit out. Oh yes! Oh, could you imagine really with all the colours? No, I mean at the minute, okay, I'm just sticking with the black, but yeah, that'd be quite nice actually. Putting little. Shall we actually do one? Shall we put a sweet on? There we go, so we've got a little triangle look, and then we've got a little bit of a leaf type shape, and another little triangle on the end. Let's just add a couple of little lines in there. There you are, look, especially for you. Haha, look at that. Alright, let's do another. I'm going to put an S in this time. And down. A little heart on the bottom there. And let's join that one to that one. Okay. Oh, but I know, people keep saying, where do you get these ideas from? Well, they come from everywhere, don't they, ideas? You can never reinvent the wheel, so to speak. They're out there. It's just how you perceive them. And really, I'm just giving you the starting points. I'm not telling you you have to do this. I'm letting you then run wild. So the ideas that you're coming up with are brilliant, and what you're doing with them, I mean, the journal pages you're doing are just fantastic. There we go. Little zinger in there. Got one in. And let's have, I'm going to put a little squares in, a little circle, and we'll go with triangle on the bottom. Okay, almost. I'm almost round. Have another one. Let's put a little heart in the middle there and a little dot and join them. Sheila. It's amazing how we all see different things, isn't it? It's just lovely. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with your journal page with this. Just think, you're doing something like this and and you actually did it on a coloured page. Just a bit of a hint there. I can't say much more. All right, look at that. Loving it. Now, the thing here is, do we want to contain it or do we want to leave it? And in terms of, the containment, I'm going to come in and I'm going to add my dots. Now, normally with the dots and border, we'd use a pencil. But because we've already done the pen, now this is totally optional. It's entirely up to you if you want to do this. So I'm going to, on purpose, do a wavy border. Oh, Patricia, do you think that would be a good idea? So I'm giving away top secrets now. There we are. And following it round. So I'm keeping it wavy. I'm going through everything unless I make something. You see, I haven't quite got to my dot there. Well, that's okay. I can actually come back round on it. There we are. No set rules. Okay. So I'm going to turn around again. And I'm going to do that. Remember that line we did earlier? We on purpose didn't, aura or anything. We wanted a sort of a more random line. So that's what I'm aiming for this time. A bit more of a random sort of line. And round. Okay, just keeping it going. Through and round onto this one. So you see there's no set plan with this. I'm just sort of curving it round as I need it. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid on my pen and I'm going to start in with my pencil. A quick sip of tea, I think. Okay, let's go back to that centre point. And I know that this is probably gone a little bit quick today, but there's a lot to get in there, and don't worry about keeping up. It's the main thing is that you've got the idea, so you could sort of take it a bit further. And of course, if I didn't sort of keep a move on, then you wouldn't see the end result, and I like you to see it from start to finish. Okay. So you can see with my pencil, I've literally gone round that middle little dots. I could add in my little smoky bit, but then if you want to add a bit of gel pen in there, that's fine. Now usually we would add pencil on this edge, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna add pencil sort of a bit further up, you see? So I'm almost creating another border. And same here. And same here. Okay. So then I'm gonna add just a little bit around that edge. You know where we left that border that was clear? Okay. Just a little bit. See, I'm just using the point there. And then the side of it here, because I want more this side. See the difference? Using the side to using the point. Okay. Oh, Victoria, yeah, that looks, yeah. I'll see you put that. It's amazing, isn't it, what we all see in them? So, they're lovely little things. And again there. Imagine doing this and actually having loads of beads on the end, actually tangling in the middle, maybe with a bit of shrink plastic, and then using little wire and beads. That'd be awesome. All right, I'm just going to add a little bit onto some of these shapes that I can. Not all, just little touches here and there. You know, only if you've got the space to. See, that one you can. You know, a little bit of a cuff there. See, these I'm not going to bother with unless, you know, you want to go in and add a touch of drop shadow in places. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to add a bit to that little sweet look. A little bit of a drop shadow in that little heart there. So I'm not doing all of them. See here, I might go in and add a little bit there. Again, it's all about abstract, isn't it? And being a little bit diverse. Changing things up a bit. So let's have a little bit of a... You see, when I do my drop shadow, I'm just adding a little bit of pencil to the side, but I'm not doing all of them. Add a bit of pencil in there. Yeah. Maybe there, look. Oh, yeah, and bits in there. Let's have a bit there, look. Oh. Thanks, Bridget. You're going to have fun doing this one. There's absolutely no right or wrong. And, you know, you're going to start finding little spaces in your journal that you can add these to. I might even actually, yeah, I'm going to add some, not a huge amount, just to the outside edge of that border. And of course, if you've not put that border in, you don't have to. You want yours to be free, it's fine, you can do that. There we go. So I'm not pressing on as hard as I am in the centre there, it's just going to be a little touch, just around there. Okay. So, tortillon, here we go. I'm going to smooth around that centre ever so gently because I don't want it to travel too far. I just want to soften the edge of the pencil line. See? I'm trying to keep some of that paper, if I can, white. And then here I'm going to go, just going to work it back and forth. But again, I'm not wanting it to travel too far. I want to keep this gap of white here and a gap of white here. You see? And the same here. So I'm being rather gentle. And same there. Okay. Now if you can and you've got a white pencil, you can go in and you can add white in those centre sections there. You don't have to. It just you know, enhances it that little bit. And then when I've done that line, I'm going to go in ever so fine and just soften it ever such a little bit. So I'm not wanting it to travel at all. I'm just going over it. And of course this section here, see I've gone sort of almost flat with my tortillon. Let's soften it out and pull it out a little bit. Does it? Yeah. Then you might, in order to sort of get it to move a bit more, you might have to sort of switch to little swirls, but I want it to, let's go in while we're here and do those. I'm working on one side at a time. There's that little sweet there. Okay, a couple of little bits in. See, I'm not putting too much effort in them. It's just just almost touching it up, really, just to give it that feel. There we go. Then again, because there's a lot of graphite on there. Let's start it off. There we go. See how it wants to travel a bit more. That's great. There we are. And again, in with those sort of little drop shadows, little sections. Okay, same here. Just wanting it to break up that line a bit so it doesn't look like a straight edge. It sort of fades off as you go in. And then again, just adding a touch as you're going round. It's a totally different tile, isn't it, to what we've done before. I wonder if I hope you'll be able to use it, when you're in your borders. And sometimes, when you sign your name as well, I'm quite tempted to add a little one on the end. And I certainly do if I'm asking the post person not to bend something. I'll add a little tangle on it, on the thank you. It just shows it's just really simple, but they can look really effective, can't they? Alright. And it's just giving that a little bit of shadow too. Just working along the edge there. Just a little bit at a time. And just making sure I'm working on that edge. And into it. Okay. So I'm just going to pick up my pen for a minute. Let's go back into the centre. Alright, remember this sort of quite fine line here. I'm just going to go back and redefine that line. And this one here. Okay, just making it a little bit heavier. And same with this one. And of course, because there's quite a bit of graphite around that area, it just neatens it up a little bit. And then same with this one. Into here. And that side. Into there. Okay. So just last little bit now. I'm going to pick on what have I got here? Pick on a coloured gel pen, see what I can find. I've got a nice silver one. Go with that one. Let's have a look. Okay, go with my silver. Just give it a check that it's running. Yeah. Okay, oh, let's just do that bit in the middle. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fill in those little dots. Of course, if you've got a different coloured pen, it's going to stand out a bit more. But I'm just going to add in my silver for now. And I know this one's quite sparkly silver as well, so that'll work really well. There we are. Turning it round. And just adding that little bit of sparkle in there. No, you know, you're using lots of different colours. It would look really good in lots of different colours. But, I've got lots of black pens and white pens, but I haven't got any of my gel pens with me at the minute. Okay, so let's have a look at that. You can see it's just got that little bit of sparkle on it. So let's just move out. I do have a pink micron. Yeah, we talked about the micron pens. There we go. You've got a different colour. Let's say a pink. So let's pick on some of these little hearts. All right, and let's just go around and find a few little. There you go. Okay, it's working my way around. There's another one. And okay, just picking it up. Just those little bits there. Just one accent colour makes all the difference there. Okay. And little bits. And a little bit there. It's now sort of hunt the heart, isn't it? There's so many, you don't realise actually how many you've added in until you've got to come back and find them. It's quite remarkable. My word. And this is, I suppose, a great time when you look at this and you think, oh, I've put too many hearts or I've not put enough in. There's none on that side. Well, that's okay. Do you know what though? I could go in another one. I could get one in here. There we go. Not a problem. So let's just fill that one in. Okay. I might have missed a few, but that's okay. Really doesn't matter. Let's have a look. Oh, just adding that little touch of pink, you see, it just brings it out. There's so many possibilities with this one, you know, as Bridget said, you could put it all in colour and have it really vibrant. You could use all the gel pens in the world, you could get lots of glitter on there. It's absolutely a really versatile little sort of tangle type of thing to do. But, you know, don't keep it restrained on a tile, try it on your journal. Even if you're not sure and you've not worked on your tangle board yet, you know, put it on your tangle board as a starting point. Have this as, you know, something that you put across the side here, and then you could have them sort of dangling down. It's so lovely to do, isn't it? And of course, you don't have to keep the shape in the centre. You can use any shape you like, really. Or you could even, you know, use a little stencil or stamp a sentiment and then have them all coming out of there. That'd be quite nice in the front of a card. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Yeah, Karen, this is different. I do like to try and keep you challenged if I can. It's quite a nice one. And you know what? Actually, sitting here for an hour having that time with you has relaxed me, and I feel like I'm refreshed now, and I can go back to it and get on with the things that I need to do to make the rest of this week, and of course the pick of the day on Sunday work. So yeah, thank you ever so much for oh, nearly kept up, brilliant. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and you know, just for continuing to watch. Really, we're getting quite you know, through a lot of these tiles now. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. So I hope you all have a good week, and all being well, I will see you back here on Wednesday. And if I can, Wednesday, I will, if we get time, I will give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what I'm going to be bringing. Yeah, that would be lovely. So take care, everybody. Let me see how you're doing it and what you're doing in your journals with this. That'd be lovely. And I'll see you all on Wednesday. All right, you take care then. Bye.